Shot in head story
Anyway, this is part
pt.2.
2 of me being shot in the head. My story. So yeah, I didn't have any damage. I was awoke when they took the bullet out again. Like I said again, I heard the bullet go cling. I mean, it was a chapel in my room, guys. My legs were, my right leg was like, my foot was all the way to my back. So yeah, that got damaged real bad. I got a plate in my arm. I got a fake bone in my leg. Sorry, that was my alarm. I got a fake bone in my leg. Also about my videos, I try to be authentic. I know some people want professionalism, but I try to be authentic and real. That's my life. That's what I am, and I believe that's what some people need and hear. I'm here to inspire people. That's why I made a YouTube. I want to inspire single mothers, domestic violence survivors. Um, I want to inspire the youth and all kind of different people. But yeah, when I got shot in the head, the chapel came in the room. They had to rush the doctor, literally rush the doctor to the hospital that I was at from another hospital, a good triage trauma hospital. And they had to rush him to that hospital. We had people, whoever wanted to visit me had a tedious process. They had to call before they come. They had security. It was crazy. Yes, they had to answer questions. When they called, they couldn't call and figure out what room I was in or anything like that. So, my estranged ex-husband, he kind of made it like, well, do you got anything to do with it? Because he's like, why I gotta go through security? Why they asking me all these questions that I gotta do all this to come and see you? He will say, I told you to quit coming to that area and different stuff like that. I said, you know what? I'm gonna just get out, get my child. He had my child for a week. I said, I'm gonna get out and have my child, get my child, and just go. Because when he had my child, he kept her in a car seat. I'm not exposing anybody. I'm just telling the truth. He tried to do her hair. Her hair was hard, with rubber bands. He had her at a pedophile's house, a registered pedophile house, and I had to get my baby. So it was a lot. I got out. I started healing. I had to sit down for 6 to 8 weeks. I couldn't do that, like I said in part 1. So I had to take care of my 1-year-old. The strength I had, just like now, the strength that I have, I got to give it to my children because they didn't ask to be here, right? So I give it all to my children. Yes, I neglect myself a little bit, but I know it's going to be a time that's going to come where I'll be able to do things and take care of myself and things like that. So I'll be all right. I'm just focusing on my health. The little time that I do have, I'm going to make it to my appointments and do what I'm supposed to do. But anyway, yeah, it was a tedious process. I'm growing. It helped me grow. It helped me learn as an individual. Uh, I hate alcohol. Driving with alcohol. I think alcohol and guns don't mix, like I said. Um, for some people, they can't think properly. And I consider it a road rage accident. So yeah, I'm walking. I'm walking without a cane. I can't run. I really can't run a lot. So sometimes my little toddlers run from me. So I can't, like, in public places, or if we want to do public transportation, I have to have another adult with me. I'm not going to put my child on a leash. I'm not going to do that. Some parents do, but I'm not going to do that. On our walks, we can do short walks. I do short walks with them. They have to play in the back. They can't, because my back is fenced in. They can't play in the front. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. The healing process is kind of tedious, but I'm learning from it. I'm also a domestic violence survivor. I have a non-for-profit. It's called DV Justice League, and I want to help women who survive domestic violence, or who have been wrongly convicted from the system because they had to defend themselves from their partners. Sometimes I was defenseless. I couldn't do it. I couldn't really defend myself. Really, the times when I was on that couch in a wheelchair, he played mental games, emotional games, cheating, different things like that. So yeah, I got choked out before, blacked out, choked out. My 15-year-old had to come in the room. My 15-year-old had to come to my rescue a few times. Now she's now 18. She's seen a lot. She's been through a lot. I'm like, and my 1-year-old had too. She was in the presence. My 1-year-old was 6 weeks old one time, and he choked me out. He's a man, of course, so I couldn't really defend myself at that time. Called the police about it, wrote a police report. Nothing was done. It was a time where when we first got married, and a few months later, I had my nephew over. I was pregnant. I had my nephew over. My daughter was there. I don't know if I was pregnant with my child yet, but my daughter was there and my nephew was there. He bit me on my ear. He tried to tackle me for my keys. You just got out of jail. You ain't even working. How you gonna try to tackle me for my keys? If it's not about him, it's not about nothing. That's all he cares of is control. So I learned the best way to deal with people like that is to basically to have no contact. So I decided to have no contact with him. Yeah, that's it. I've been smacked. I've been spit on. I called the police for everything. Guess what? He was on parole. All they did was just sit up there and sent him to a halfway house. I also tried to call the police on a couple of occasions, and nothing was done. I've been wrongfully not, they haven't stood up for me. The justice system never stood up for me and helped me. I went to court one time to get a restraining order. He got his mistress, and she said some things to me. I got it on the phone. She said some things to me. I asked who she was. She started getting smart. This. He started staying with her because I put him out. I said, "You're not about to cheat on me. You're not about to abuse me. You gotta go." And I guess he got tired of me calling the police. I mean, I don't know why, because they wouldn't do anything. But he got her, and he went to go stay with her. and just stay